So yes, guys, you read my title correctly. For the last month, I've been on anti-retrovirals. So sorry about the quality level of my videos of the last 4 of them. So do I have HIV? Well, hopefully and probably not. In fact, that's why I've been on the drugs. A month ago, I was working with extracting DNA from blood. We spin down blood from Alzheimer's patients, and on that rare occasion, Parkinson's patients, till it separates. When the blood separates from the centrifugation, it splits into 3 parts. The red cells, or erythrocytes, on the bottom, the white blood cells, or buffy coat, in a thin layer in the middle, and the plasma on top. We're after the buffy coat so we can pull off the plasma, dump that, and suck off the buffy coat with a pipette. After that, we break down the cell walls and get the DNA using a similar process to a Miles Powers experiment using strawberries. Of course, we have to use harsher chemicals along with the very exact chemicals he uses to break down the walls, as cell walls aren't anything like fruit cells and didn't come with enzymes that break themselves down because they aren't evolved to be eaten. So go watch the video in the link below. Due to a procedural issue I can't discuss, there were little shards of glass on the bench. Now, most of the time, a lab and experiments are engineered for safety, but no one really actually thought about this issue. Normally, we draw buffy coats in the hood, but it's okay to be done outside the hood since I just got hired and our department is growing. In the process, you always make a little bit of a mess, though I did pour ethanol on the spots I dropped. When laying down lids, I got one of those nice little glass shards in my thumb. Great. In a lab with human fluids or tissues, no cut or accident is little, especially as we get blood on that rare occasion with HIV-infected individuals, and you're never 100% certain that any blood is pathogen-free. However, the chances of there being pathogens in the blood are really low. Ethanol damages envelope viruses coatings, so that reduces my chances even further, but in the end, it doesn't rule it out completely. So to be safe, rather than sorry, I decided to go on anti-retrovirals. Prophylactic anti-retrovirals is a concept that was approved by the FDA a few years ago, and I read about them assuming I'd never used them. But I'm glad the research was done because now my chances of HIV are ridiculously lower than they already were. So let's just say that for the past month, I've commiserated much more with HIV patients than I ever had, and I only had 2 of the drug cocktail they get to prevent AIDS. I've been tired, draggy, my immune system went off at the slightest thing, and I'm still not completely back to full constitution even after 2 weeks off of it. So if I'm a little too ospy, if you meet me at the Reason Rally, please cut me a little slack. I'm very easily tired out and overwhelmed right now. On top of that, my memory was very fuzzy last month, and I'll go into more details on the side effects in a later video. Let's just say that SofiaRune really gave me an earful on my video, Lack of Community has similar effects to solitary confinement, in my comments section, and on comments I made that were both confusing and wrong. And it turns out I overexpanded the term epigenetics to include environmental developmental changes, which now boggles my mind because I knew the definition, but for some reason my memories got scrambled while I was on the drugs, and I could have sworn Robert Sapolsky had used it in that sense. But I looked back in his books and he never used that word. I will at some point go through and make annotations fixing all the problems, but I'm still not 100% to do that. I'm almost certain I'll be embarrassed when I do. On the plus side, however, people have asked me through the years on YouTube to make videos on microbiology, and I never knew what to do. So now I have something to cover. So every other week I'll make a video, probably 3 or more, discussing my experiences and the sciences behind it. Probably do one on actually what HIV is and why antiretrovirals are important. I'll probably go into greater detail on the side effects, and probably something on lab safety and discussing how lab safety works. So, it should be interesting, and I shall talk to you later.